So welcome back again. We're going to be making sure our environment is active that we created last time and installed into our our what our packages. So this was on the desktop and this was project X. So I'll navigate to the virtual environment and the scripts folder. So inside here I have to make it active and I navigate backwards. So we can check to verify whether what we installed is available by issuing the command pip freeze. So this is going to list all packages we have installed. So you can either do a pip freeze or a pip list. So you could say pip list. So this equally shows what you've installed. So it's either a freeze or a list. And it's important that you create a requirements file. So the essence of the requirements file is for you to share this project attached to that file. So me as maybe the end user of this, I can equally install the exact packages to ensure that the project runs smoothly and inside as well. So I'm going to create that file by simply saying pip freeze. So you freeze whatever you have to the requirements dot a txt file. So I'll do that. Now this is going to create for me that file. I think you can see it's a requirements.txt file. So if I ever wish to maybe reinstall these packages in another position, I don't have to say pip install Django REST framework, pip install Django cause headers. I simply say pip install -r. I specify I'm using the requirements file, then I give a path to that file and I will press enter. So in here, you're going to see that almost all files are already satisfied. Yeah. Now, we installed Django. Our interest is going to be using this package to create a project. So I'll simply say Django admin start project, then the project name. So I'm going to give this project, I'll give it a name of API, then I'll press enter. So this is going to create for us this project inside project X. Now, having created this project, I have to navigate to the project. So I'm now inside this project file. So in Django, a project can have multiple applications, and each application is responsible for just performing this one specific task. Yeah. You could have applications of maybe order processing. You could have applications of products. You could have an application called a card. So these individual applications make up the entire bigger project. So I'm going to create my entry to this project. I'll give it a name of default. So you can give yours any other name, but mine is going to be called default. So I'll use Python together with the manage file that admin creates for us when you're creating the project. Then I'll say start up, then the app name. So I'll call this default. Then I'll press enter. So this creates for me this project name as well in my application. So I'll now come and say python manage.py run server. So I'm going to be starting up a development server on this application, the project I've created. So I'll simply say enter. So this is going to start up my project on a given port, which is 8000, and the address is going to be localhost. Ideally, 127.0.0 is localhost. So I have to access this endpoint and see what I have there. It's also telling me I have 18 unapplied migrations. So I'll have to apply these migrations eventually. But let us test our application and see whether the installation is fine. If at all the installation is fine, it should give us a Django screen, a page, telling us we successfully installed Django. So open up any browser of interest. I'll be using Edge. So I'll come and pass that address 127, it's right there, 127.0.0.1, and you specify the port 8000. So you press enter. Wow. So I have the install worked successfully. Congratulations. So at this point, it means I have successfully installed Django. What comes next is going to be basic configurations or configurations for your application slash project to suit the actual requirement first where you created it. So we initially had some pending migrations. So I'm going to come and apply those migrations. So I'll intercept my server by simply pressing Ctrl C to stop it. Then I'll come and say Python manage.py make migrations. And I'll press enter. Then I'll migrate Python manage.py migrate. And I'll press enter. So right there. So you notice it has applied so many migrations, and most of these are within the admin and auth, because Django comes by default with an auth model or the auth table that has so many things. We have their permissions, we have so many things in there. So it has applied these migrations to our development database, that is always an SQLite 3 file found within our project structure. So again, I can run my application. Python manage.py run server. So at this point, I don't expect to see the initial error that was happening. I think you can see we have no issues found. Though initially we had this, your project may not work properly until you apply the migrations for apps, admin, auth, content types, and sessions. Now, this admin is already a fully fledged application within Django, and you can access it by simply saying your localhost slash the port your application is running on, and you slash the admin, just like here. So I can simply come and say this IP address slash my admin. Yeah. Then I'll be able to access the Django admin site. So these are just initial details that I'm having in there that you can again create by simply saying create superuser in the admin panel. So I think let us equally create a superuser account and we check to see what we have if somebody logs into the admin site. So let us accept this. Then I'll come and say Python manage.py create superuser. Then I'll give in details, the username for this superuser account, the email address. I'll pass in my email at gmail.com, then the password 123 and 123, and I'll confirm to the wake password. So at this point, I can again run my server. And when I run my server, I'll be able to access and log into the admin panel with those credentials. So we shall start again from there in the next video. Thank you for watching.